Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Now today I'm going to be talking about my issues with Arsenal personally and what I know some others have had issues with as well. So if you're brand new to the channel, please leave a like and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated, and let's get right into it. So recently Arsenal has been in quite a bit of a struggle. Player counts, view counts, and really attention and everything for the game have dissipated quite a bit ever since the beginning of this year. We really haven't gotten any super juicy content out of the updates because there really aren't any. However, I have a few ideas as to what I believe from both sides of the competitive and the non-competitive argument could agree upon for a very good update. So first up, I want to address the elephant in the room. Movement. Movement right now is in the worst position it's been in ever since I've started playing Arsenal. So a few days ago on stream, I was struggling to get upstairs really badly, and for those who watched, no, I am not short, it's the game, it's bugged, it's not my height, leave me alone. Anyways, this is a really bad issue, and it really wasn't happening on Township specifically, it was happening on any map with stairs, like Villa, Sandtown, all of those maps. Another one which I'm sure most people have had an experience with is the parkour in the game. In Sandtown, using parkour to get around the map was super efficient. This kind of parkour brought a massive, unique taste to the game, and I'm sure everyone or almost everyone would agree with me. Fixing that parkour, whether Rolf broke it intentionally or not, that they need to bring it back or get it fixed. I don't know if it was intentional or not to change the parkour, but again, the parkour this game offered gave it a super unique feel, knowing that I can navigate the map in whatever fashion I could desire. I really do end up hoping that this feature does get fixed in the end, because I really miss being able to go across the maps like Tarzan and Arsenal. So now that we've addressed that, before we get into the whole competitive aspect of Arsenal, I'd like to bring forth the more important part of the game. Public matches. Recently, they added Monkey Business, which was honestly a really cool game mode at first, after they fixed it anyway, but I really enjoy watching Rolf incorporate game modes that don't base off of weapon pulls, but rather objectives for players to accomplish. However, keeping this mode in rotation for more than a week or two just makes this mode feel repetitive. So, to fix that, I'd love to see a weekly rotation of game modes, keeping standard in the list every week. Standard is like the core part of the game, so keeping that really needs to stay. I had a few interesting thoughts a few weeks ago on stream about a few game modes Arsenal could add, and during that stream I was playing Rolf's murder mystery game called Murder. I thought to myself, why shouldn't this game be added to the core game of Arsenal? People absolutely love this game mode, and I think it'd be really difficult to implement this into Arsenal, but as for cosmetics and how people wouldn't know who's who, just use seasonal exclusive skins like Monkey, Mayabo, Holiday Ace Pilot, Delinquent, and all those skins. People really love those cosmetics, so why not just let players use these, but only within this certain game mode. A few other game modes that'd be cool to see is some sort of parkour racing game mode where you could sabotage other players with items, kind of like Mario Kart but Arsenal edition. Another is some sort of death run game mode where one or two players are specifically chosen to attempt to sabotage and stop players from reaching the finish line. And these are modes that could be added to the special weekly rotation. One week could be the murder mystery game mode and the next could be the death run game mode. However, aside from these special game modes, one mode I would love to see change would be Legacy competitive in public matches. Lots of people will think I'm crazy for saying this, but I would actually love to see this mode semi-removed from public matches. And here is why. Ever since competitive was brought forth into public matches, the game has been super easy. Competitive removes the fear of getting a projectile weapon next, also known as projectilophobia, and the fear of the golden knife, aka golden knifeophobia, and instead all you have to worry about is hitting those headshots. This makes speedruns and winning matches super easy. Plenty of proof is just by analyzing the data off the Arsenal speedrun site. If you look at the site, 99% of the runs with competitive are way faster than the ones in standard. Now, I know this is kind of biased information because most people don't actually submit their times to the site, but have you really seen anybody reach under a minute in standard other than the Fusion Boys? The one Fusion Boys run was so lucky. Removing competitive would force players to play through a much harder weapon pool with that projectilophobia and golden knifeophobia. However, this should be part of the weekly rotation. Rather than one of the main tickets like Murder Mystery or Death Run, this would instead be one of the side game modes that would be added along with the weekly rotation. I'd love to see competitive move towards its own separate game mode, except within the ELO competitive menu rather than just in Arsenal private servers and public servers. Since we're on topic right now, I'd like to talk about changing the ELO competitive. There are multiple issues I have with this game mode as a whole, but I'm going to keep it pretty short and simple. First up is the RNG aspect. This game mode is very balanced around who gets off the bad guns first and who gets stuck on them. Crystal wanted this to be the cause, so people would have to strategically move themselves around the map. However, all the maps we currently have in the pool, you cannot get around the map easily without traveling into the wide open, where you're just going to get lasered instantly and let the opponent get off their gun. But having certain guns, such as the double barrel shotgun, which is a very range sensitive gun I might add, in a mode where the other player could have a gun that they can laser you from a mile away, that's not skillful whatsoever. Even if you do end up getting a good flank, you still have to get really close to them, and if the other player is smart enough, all they gotta do is stay as far away from that player as possible. Then it's literally impossible for the person with a double barrel shotgun to ever win a fight. And honestly, what I think Rolf should do to fix this problem is tweak the guns back to the standard legacy competitive weapon pool, and every once in a while, add a few new guns to the game mode. Listen to community feedback about those guns. What's wrong with the guns? Why does the community not want these guns in the weapon pool? Does this gun need buffed or nerfed? If the developers actually did this, competitive would entirely move in the right direction. My other issue with the ELO competitive that I'm going to be covering is how impossible it is to get into a match. This is honestly probably the biggest issue for me, and it's because everyone's reluctant to playing this mode over this core standard game, since it really isn't anything different than playing just a timed standard at the moment. Listening to the community and experimenting features will bring that unique taste that players will really enjoy, in which they'll want to come back and play some more. But yeah, that's really what it comes down to for my main point of this video. I want to watch Rolf listen to their community and make changes and search for feedback and not just leave features as they are. So thank you all for watching. Developers, if you're watching this, thanks for listening. I really want to see your game blast off again, and there are just some suggestions I'd love to see come into play. But anyways, if you're brand new, please consider subscribing, and I'll see y'all later. Anyways, goodbye.